Everybody, welcome to Google Drive in Under 5. My name is Jeff Bradbury. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're going to be looking at individual calendar settings in Google Calendar. In a previous video, we looked at the general settings, which we found over here under the gear, and we went into settings. Today we're going to be looking at the individual settings for each calendar. We're going to be going to our calendar right here, and we're going to be hitting the arrow. You can see that we can change the color for this calendar individually. We can also share, edit notifications, view trash. Today I'm going to go into the calendar settings. You can see these are the details for this specific calendar. I can change the name of this calendar. If I don't want my name on there, I can say something like family calendar or period 1 calendar. I can change the description. I can change the location, which will of course help you with your time zones. I can come in here and I can use this embed calendar. This is really important if you're going to be embedding this calendar onto something like a website. Here you can see I have my embeddable Google Calendar helper with all of the HTML code, and all of this stuff gets changed by changing the settings over here. Right now I can show the calendar title, and if I want to, I can change this. Very simply by changing my calendar, you can see that that's changed, or I can toggle this on or off. I can start to take off the navigation, the date, the print icon, the tabs, the calendar list. I can make this as plain as I want to, and that's automatically updating all of this text. I could also change the width of this to make it smaller to fit on my sidebar, and I can change the height to make it fit really nice. I can do this for any settings. Of course, I can have this as a week, a month, or default, and I can also have this set for whatever day of the week I want to have things start. You can see here Monday is now on. I can also have this display multiple calendars. If I want, I can have this display the broadcasting calendar, my editorial calendar. I can add anything that I need to as far as calendar layers, and again, that's going to show up. So if I want to put this on a website, I can simply come over here and change this and add this to my website. Moving back into the calendar settings, I can share this calendar openly. This share my calendar with others is great, especially if you're in a network like on Google Apps for Education. I can choose to share all of the events and all the details, meaning where am I, what am I doing, and who am I doing it with? Or I can choose to see them as just free or busy. You're going to want to make sure that in here, this is checked off for share calendar. This is checked off to share calendar with everybody. And you want to make sure that it says see only free or busy. By default, most Google Apps accounts are set to see all events. We don't want that because we want to make sure that your events are private for you. If you have somebody that you're working with, we can simply enter their email address here, and that way that's going to give them rights. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add somebody. And right here, you can see I'm going to say that only this person, this is for this specific person right here, can see me as free or busy, can see all of my event details, or I want them to make changes to events, or I want them to make changes and manage my sharing. So let's say that you're an administrator and you're working with a secretary. You might want them to either be make changes and manage sharing or make changes to events. But let's say that you're an educator and that your calendar is your calendar. You might want to say that your supervisor can either see all events or only see free and busy times. So make sure that you have your supervisor or your immediate person listed on here. That's going to be different than the global share your calendar with others. So if I want to get rid of this, I simply can hit the trash can and that person is gone, and I'm going to hit save. So I'm going to jump back here into the calendar settings, and I'm going to move over here to edit notifications. By default, we have our notification set to 10 minutes. That means 10 minutes before an event, you're going to get an email reminder. But if I want to get a text message reminder, I certainly can by coming down here and setting up my phone notifications, and then that's going to open up these boxes here. You can see anytime a new event is created or changed or canceled, it's by default set up to give me an email. And if I wanted to, again, I can have this set up for my phone. The one thing that's not checked off that I really recommend having checked off is this daily agenda. By checking this off, you're going to get an email at 5 o'clock with everything going on in your day. This is pretty cool if you've been using this for your Google Calendar, your Google Classroom, and have a whole mess of events happening. This is pretty cool. I always recommend students doing this because that way they get all of the events and assignments that have been placed in Google Classroom they're going to get an email assignment about this. Trash is the last thing that we're going to be talking about today. If you have created an event and you have deleted an event, all of that is going to come in here under trash. You can see that I can click on this and I can either empty the trash or I can restore the event. I can delete it forever, or I can clear the selection. So if I want to, I can delete all of these forever, and I no longer have this. You really don't have to worry about this. As you can see, it automatically gets deleted after 30 days. But let's say that you accidentally deleted something. This is your little trash can or recycling center. So that is the individual calendar settings for Google Calendar. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Google Drive in under 5. Thank you so much for being with us today.